Why is it refusing? Okay, it has accepted. Let us record this. I don't know I don't know whether you are also enjoying the way I am enjoying this business. I love it so much that I just wake up, I sit just here at my veranda. I talk to everyone who is here and we make it happen. Don't forget on Saturday, we are at Coach Hotel. If you have not invited, I don't know, you are going to miss. We are going to have the only V5 in East Africa, that is Mr. Julius Kabanda. I think he's arriving in Kampala today evening. So we are going to be having him tomorrow. And then on Saturday, we are going to have a blast. We are going to recognize new people that have gone, people who have gone to the new ranks. It's going to be there. It is going to be powerful. Don't miss. In fact, invite your friends. Okay. I share my screen. And as I share my screen, and everyone.
You're managing without a mouse.
Okay, we are good to go. Good morning once again. My name is Harriet. I am a VC. These days they gave us new names. Now I am an advanced broker. In Uganda, when you say someone is a broker, people feel as if it is a shameful name. We take it as something, a broker. A broker, by the way, it is a professional. A broker is that person who connects a buyer to the seller and then connects the seller to the buyer. And that's what we are doing. When we are trading, we are connecting the buyer to the seller and then the seller to the buyer. So we are brokers. It is a profession in other countries. Here in Uganda, we take it as if it is a joke. So we should start understanding that a broker is a profession. It is a profession and it is a professional job. Not like here in Uganda. So I am an advanced broker in the Royal Queue, that is a VIP 3. And I'm on my way to V. I'm on my way to V4. That is the destination that I want to go to. Though the ending game is V6. V6, that is a global partner. I'm sharing my screen. I don't know whether you can see it. If you can see, you can let me know that you are seeing my screen. Let's go straight to the trading view. Someone unmute yourself and let me know that you can see my trading view loading.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go. The market has started looking green. The whole of yesterday, it was red. The whole night, it was red. We are happy. We were looking at the whole of this week. We have been waiting for the Bitcoin to hit around 25,000. That's where the Gartley predictor was predicting. It was predicting that it would go there. We are happy. Yesterday, it hit there. So we are waiting to see what it is doing next after hitting there. And let's go. Those ones who are in cover, they made a lot of money. Those ones who are in GMT, they made a lot of money. Now we are looking at Atom. This week we are looking at Atom. Let's go and see. In fact, let's go and look at Atom. Let's go and look at Atom. Let's look at Atom. It's here and it is doing well. Allow me remove all the indicators. Let me. Okay. I want the chart when it is as clean as this. Yesterday, today I've said we are going to look at trend lines. They also act as support and resistance. So if you are going to trade using trend lines, then you can also you are going to follow the same way we are following when we are looking at the support and resistance. And remember, I said all the indicators that we are going to look at, they act as trend, they act as support and resistance. The one which is above it is resistance, and the one which is below is support. Why? It is supporting the market not to drop so down, to drop more down. And then the other one is resisting the market or the trade to go beyond that. And I want to remind you that we said that at support, who are the people there? Who are the people who are putting a lot of orders there? They are the buyers. They want to push the market to go up. While at resistance, we find they are sellers. People have put their take profit around that area. So they want the market to go down, for the prices to go down in order for us to buy more low. Now, the support line, the trend line, it is always important to first look at the chart. Look at the chart and then see. Now, when we look at this chart, it is vividly showing us. It is vividly showing us that this one, it is a downy trend. It is a downy trend that the atom is facing. Downy trend. It is really showing us. It is really showing us that it. Sorry about that. I'm back. I'm back. Someone was making a lot of noise in my Zoom. Okay. I was saying that when we are looking at market trends, downtrend and uptrend, you can just look at the chart and then you really see what it is doing. You can look at the charts in different time frames. We are going to look at the uptrend and then the downtrend in this chart. Now, when we look at this one, this one was an uptrend. Now these things are not going out. I don't know why. This is an uptrend. It is a clear uptrend. It is a clear uptrend. You can see it moved. Whereas this one went down, it was a downtrend. Uptrend, and this one is a downtrend. So you can choose to look at a certain time frame. It can be maybe 1 hour, maybe 30 minutes, or 4 hours, or you can say, I want to look at only one day. There are people who trade a week, and then someone just looks at the trend in a week, and someone is looking at only the charts in 1 week time frame. So for me, I am looking at 4-hour time frame. And let us look at that one, and then we find out someone. Okay, let's look at this one. Where are we going to get them? How can we draw the trend lines? If you are going to draw a trend line, it must be connecting 1 to 2 or 3 points. 1, 2, 3 points you connect. And then you just have to come to your pen here. You just have to come to your pen here. When you get there, then you click on it. When you click on it, remember I said, for me, I have many of my, many of the tools that I use in the trading view, I put them in the favorites. I have the favorites, I have the trend line, I have the horizontal ray, I have horizontal line, vertical line, I have parallel channel, I have regressive trend, flat top or bottom, Fibonacci, I have the rectangle, the triangle, I have the price range, I have arrow marker. everything. I have all of them there. I put them here because I use them most of the time. If you have not put in the, if you have not put them in the favorites, when you go down, you will find the trend lines. Some of the lines that draw the trend lines, we have the main trend line. We have the main trend line here. We have the ray, we have the extended line, we have horizontal line, vertical line, parallel channel, flat top or bottom, arrow, info line, trend angle, horizontal ray, cross line, regression trend, and then disjoint channel. So all those ones, they are in the trend lines. Then you can also look at the Fibonacci's, they are there. We shall study about those ones. And then you can look at the geometric shapes. Maybe you want the brush. So all these ones, you can use them in your chart. You can use the brush. Maybe you want the highlighter. Maybe you want a rectangle, ellipse. You want maybe a double curve. Maybe you want an arc. Maybe you want a circle. You want a path. So all these ones, they can help you to draw something that you have seen in your chart in order for you to see well something. All these ones, they help us when we are analyzing the market. So when we are analyzing the market, we use very many things. You can also have texts. You can say, I want to put a text in my chart. I want to put a signpost because maybe I want to locate a certain area. You can say I want to put an image. I want to put a comment. I want to draw a price label. I want to a price note. I want an arrow marker. Anything that you want, the trading view has gotten you sorted. You can go down and then you look at the patterns. You can go and look at the patterns and then say, I want to draw a head and shoulder. Maybe I want to draw ABC pattern. I want to draw anything that you want to draw. All those things, they are here. They are here. And then you can say, I want the long position, maybe the price range, maybe the projection, maybe the short position, the rate, the date range, date and price range. I'm repeating these ones because I know today we are having new people who have never attended, who did not attend when we are introducing the trading view. So after looking at all of them, choose what you want, that you want them to be near you. Then you can as well make them your favorites. My favorites are here. My favorites are here. Today we are basically going to use we are mostly going to use the trend line. The trend line is what we are going to use today, and I pick it. When I pick it, you will see dotted lines. You will see dotted lines coming. And then you say, now the dotted lines have come. I want to, you put the dot, that blue dot, at the point where you want your trend line to start from. And then click, tap, just tap, and then make your finger move to another point you want to cross, and you go. You don't need to be so perfect, but for as long as your line has touched 1, 2, 3 points, they might be candles, they might be a certain area where there is a concentration of candles or wicks, and then you continue. You can also draw another trend line upwards. You can say, I want to put it here. You say, I want to put it. I want to put it. And then you have drawn your trend. You have drawn your trend line. Or even you can say, I want to draw a downtrend. And then you say, I'm going to start it from here according to what I am seeing. This is where it started dropping. And then you draw, you move downwards. 2 points, 3 points, let it touch 2, 3 points, and then you are done. Just tap, and then it will stay there. Then you can say, I want also to draw another one. Move your finger. Use your finger, your second finger from the thumb. It is the best to use. Just feel free. Be flexible. Don't be so hard. Make it move. Let it touch 2, 3 areas, points, and you are done. You have drawn your trend lines. You can even say, even here I can see it moved upwards. Today we are just learning how to draw trend lines. trend lines, and then you draw. For as long as it has touched 2 3 points, you are done. 2 3 points, and then you are done. Make that dotted line with the blue line, with the blue dot, where the blue dot is going to start from, where you want your line to start from. That's where you place the blue dot, and then you move it. After moving it, after you have finished to put it where you want it to go, you release, and then you continue. Oh, another one. There is another sweet trend, a trend here. Another sweet trend. We can look at it. Here, from here, I can as well. And then I draw. It has touched 2 3 centers, 2 3 areas, and I am done. I say I want to put it, to put another one, the upper trend line. 2 3 points, and I am done. I have drawn my trend. I have drawn my trends. Now, when you have drawn, one of the lines is going to act as the resistance, and another one is going to be the support. One is going to be the resistance, and another one is going to be support. Now, when we look at this one, this one is the resistance, and this one is the support. From where we are, this is the resistance. This is resistance, and this is support. Resistance, and this is support. Resistance, and this is support. Anytime the support can become resistance, and anytime the resistance can become support, depending on how the market is moving. Are we together there? So just drawing a trend line is just looking at how the market is behaving, and then you draw there your line. We can as well have another one here. If I look at this one, if I connect this, oh, I should remove this one. Then I want to connect here. That one can also be a trend. And then I just go to the pen, click on the trend line. I get my my blue dot. I place it where I want my line to start from. I connect. 2 3 points, you are done. Tap to release in order for the line to stay there. And then I can as well put another one here. I tap, I move. As simple as that. As simple as that. I have drawn my trend lines. So for someone who is going to trade, you are going always to be trading within those lines. You are going to trade within those lines between the resistance and support. Why do you want? Because you are going to trade within those ones, within those areas. And you will see that at some point, that many times the market was moving and it was ending where your resistance, where your trend line is. And then upwards, it was mostly ending there until when it breaks what we said, break of structure, then it means now the market has taken another direction. It has taken another direction. So that is how to draw a trend line. A trend line, it can be upward, uptrend, it can be downtrend, or mainly in the ranging market, we use support and resistance. So that one, it is the main line, that is support and resistance. And we have been in the 4-hour time frame. Can we change and we look at the 1-hour time frame? So if you have drawn your trend lines in a higher time frame, it is always important to go to a smaller time frame, because a smaller time frame will help you to enter into the market, to get early entries, to enter into the market early enough to make money, and you get out. If I drew my trend lines, and I have them here, I have my support here, and I have my resistance there. It means I am going to be pressing trades in between this area, in between. which means all the trades that I'm going to put in, I have to make sure that they run within this. I take a percentage which is within the lines. If I'm to enter, I enter at the support, and then I get out slightly below the resistance. If I have done that one, it means I have done my trade. I have taken my 2%, my 3%, and I am done for the day. Then I can continue, and then I do other things. You just have to wait for the market to come down. Let us see. For example, let us look at this one. Let us look at this one. Let us look at this place here. Let us look at this place here. Let us look at this place here. When we look at first this red candle came and hit on our support line. Then another candle the next hour, that one was the first hitting. Then we have to wait for the second time to hit our trend line in order to have a retest. I told you people, every time the trend moves and then it hits a point that you want, that is a resistance or a support. Every time the trend hits there, it will never hit there once and then it goes. Even if it hits once and then it goes up, just know that that one is a fake out something. It has to, as it goes up, it will have to come back and retest that area. So now for this one, we can see it came, it hit, then it came the second hour, it hit the next, then that was a retest. So you have to wait for the retest candle. What is it doing at the end? If the retest candle ends up by closing above the trend line, then the third hour enter the market. The third hour enter the market. What do you have to do? You have to be patient. Sometimes people can as well look at, okay, it has hit the trend line. I think I can enter the market. I think since it has not closed below, I think I can enter the market. No, if it has hit there the first time, wait for the retest candle. That is the second hour. For example, if you are in the 1 hour time frame, the way I am, wait for the second hour to see what is that second candle going to do. When it hits, it means it has retested. Now wait for it to close. When it closes above your trend line, then the third hour enter the market. Now when we look at this one, the second hour, it closed above. The second hour, it closed above our trend line. You see, it closed above our trend line. So which means if the second hour closed above, so the third hour, we could enter the market. We could enter the market and then trade. And then you say it has closed from here. Let me put there my price range. I want to trade, and then I make a 2%. I want to make a 2%. I want to make a 2%. Let us see, did it make the 2%? Oh, it didn't. Say, I want to make a 2%. And then you come back. You wait. Did it do it? Yes, it did it. It did not do the 2% in the hour you entered the market, but it made the 2% after on which it did it on which candle? On this candle. How many hours were that? I entered the market, I entered the trade while I was while it was here. That is 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. After 12 hours, my trade went through and it made my 2%. I got out of the market. You see, it hit 13 hours. 13 hours. It did. I got out of the market. I made my 2% and I am done. Why? I was trading within my support and I mean within my trend lines. I'm trading within my trend lines. And then after getting that trade out, and then you wait. You keep checking on this trade. Keep checking on that coin. Wait, let it move downwards. It can be there ranging. What it did, we can as well see. It did the ranging. It did the ranging somewhere here. And then in the ranging, because it is a 1 hour time frame, you might not trade from there because the percentage will be too small, maybe 1% or 0.8. That is not good for you. And then you leave it, you wait, you just keep on checking until when it comes down and it hits on your trend line. Again, look at here, it came back. It hit on our trend line. It came back and hit on the trend line. This candle tried to hit there, and then this one, it didn't hit. So we had another one which hit there. Then the third one was, the second one was the retest. Then the third one, you enter the market. You enter the market. As you enter the market, you trade. And then say, I want a 2%. You put where did it closed above? It means I am entering a current price. I put there. I say I want a 2% from this trade. This time round, the 2% is here. And then before you know it, you have put in a trade. How many hours? And then it hits your target. How many hours? Let us see the hours. I entered the trade here. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. On the 16th hour, it made the 2% and you are out. And you are out. And you are out. Now, the first one, the first trade, it was 12 hours. Then this one, 13 hours. How many hours are those? 25 hours. That is in one day. In one day, you have made a 4%. You did a first 2%, then you have done another 2% in one coin. You can have it on different coins. You might not be just on one coin. You can be following like 5 coins. Learn how to be following 5 coins and then say, when it hits here at the support, I am entering. I wait for the retest. The third candle, I enter the trade. You draw your lines in the 4-hour time frame, then change to the 1 hour time frame in order to get early entries. In order to get early entries. I don't know whether what I'm saying is understandable. I don't know whether it is too difficult to understand. Let me first come to the chat room and then I see what people are saying, if they are understanding what I'm saying, or I'm just doing my own things. If you have understood something that I have said, please come to the chat room and then you say. If you have a question, you can also ask before I continue. A trend line, you can just draw it. Abdurazak says, very understandable, Madam Harriet. Thank you so much. Another one, move on. Someone has said move on. Understood, Madam. Okay. So we have understood how to draw a trend line. You can draw as many trend lines as you can. And then you say that every time I come, I am going to trade within this area. I am trading within this area until when that area is broken. Until that, so if you want to remove these things that you have drawn while you just tap on it, then it will bring here things here, and then you delete. You can say, I will always be trading within. I'll be trading within until when it is broken. For example, let us look at here. Let us look at this place here. Maybe I had drawn my trend lines. I've been following my trades around here, and then it was moving within. And then it was moving within. You see, it was moving within the trend line. within there, within here it hit, and then it moved, and then here it hit again, a retest. Now let us look at a retest that I was talking about. The retest that I was talking about, let us see it. Sometimes it can hit there once and then it moves up. Now, for example, let's look at here. It came here and it hit once. It did not do a retest. Why? The second candle didn't hit the line that we drew. It didn't hit the line we drew, so it did not do a retest. So don't risk to put in the trade because it did not do a retest. So it had to move and then it ranged until when it came back to do a retest here. The retest was done here. And then after the retest, it closed above. Then we also looked at another candle that happened. But again, within there, we see a double bottom that formed. A double bottom here. A double bottom formed here. And then that one, we put in a trade. Then you put in a trade and then it moves upwards. And then it moved, and then it hit the trend line, our resistance above, and then it went up. So this is where the break of structure happened around here. The break of structure happened from there. And then when it happened, we can as well see the trade moved. It moved this way, and then it went so up, and then it came back. It tried to enter back to our trading area, but again, it was pushed, and then it kept on being up. So because the structure was broken from here, this break of structure happened there. The break of structure happened there, and then it kept being up there. You can see it kept on being up there after the break of structure. After the structure was broken, it kept being up there. So it was moving there. So sometimes you say, I'm not going to trade there because it is not within my trading area. It is not within my trading area. And then you say, until when I make a new trading area. For example, someone can as well say, okay, let me put a horizontal line there to connect these lines. And then someone says, okay, now from here, I'm going also to put another horizontal line somewhere here. And then I trade in this area. Let me trade within this area. Now you can as well say, now I have left the trend lines. Now I'm using the support and resistance I have drawn. I want to be trading within here. I'm going to trade within here, that the new trading area that I have drawn. So when you learn these things, you'll be having a variety of indicators that you can use in order to make perfect trades. At first, we are using trend lines. After seeing that it was broken, then you change, and then say, now I am using the support and resistance, and then I can as well be trading within my my support and resistance that I have drawn in these areas. And then you are good to go. You wait for it, the trade to hit on your trend line or on your support, and then wait for the second one, a retest. After the retest, if it closes above, then enter a trade, and then you move. Like here, someone made money here. Phew. And then you wait for it to come back. You can trade. And then you wait here, you might not, here around here, you could trade. How could you trade? Because I see a double bottom here. Then you can trade and then take a certain percentage. You take a certain percentage, you say you get out slightly below the resistance. It might not get there in your first hour, in the second hour, 3 hours, 4 hours, and then 5 hours, it might also refuse. Then on the 60th hour, it gets there, and then you take your profits and you are good to go. I think we can see. I think it is now understandable. Another double bottom here, and it was a momentum. It was also a momentum candle. This one here. This was the sweet trade. and then someone enters, and then you trade, you make a 2%, and you are good to go. In fact, it did even 2 point more than 2. We said get out slightly below because you don't know after hitting the resistance, you don't know what is going to happen next. And then you get a 2%, you get out. You wait for it to come back. It has come back. Where did it come back from? It came back around here. This doji, this one, which is like a cross, that we call that one a doji. We call that candle a doji. And then it hit, then the second candle did a retest. It did a retest, this second candle, this red one. It was a retest. It closed above, then the third candle. You enter the trade. You enter the trade. Enter the trade. Enter the trade. Enter the trade here. Just buy current price if you find that the second candle closed above. Enter. You put your 2%. Take your 2%. And then you wait. Wait patiently. It moved, it even made it 3% because you can see around here, it moved and then it even crossed. But again, the sellers pushed it down. It closed below. So you cannot say that it is still going up. No, yet it closed below. Since it closed below, so it was a clear indication that we are going down. And I think you can as well see this one was hit and then a retest was done on this red one. But again, it was pushed down. It was pushed down and now the trade kept going down until when it came back to hit. Yeah, I love this one. I love this one. You people, I love this one. If you didn't enter the trade here, and then you see this one happening, it hit here again, and then you say, I'm waiting for the retest. And the retest was done on this. Yes, friends, I am back. I don't know what has happened. I don't know what had happened, but I am back. I am back. Someone was saying not seeing your screen. I don't know what had happened. I am back. I am back. I think it was network. It went off. You know, we are in Uganda. Okay. I think we have understood that one, how to pick a trade by yourself. Just be patient. Draw your trend lines in 4 hours and then go to 1 hour. Draw your trend lines in 4 hours, go to 1 hour. Go to 1 hour and then find out where to enter. Just find a perfect way. Just find a perfect entry point and then trade. Mr. Kainda Usama, please make me host. If you are there, make me host. I want to share something here with the trend line and then we end. We are remaining with only 6 minutes and then we end this. Unless we have some questions, please, you can ask some questions. If you have, unmute yourself and ask. I see time has gone. We shall continue from there tomorrow with the trend lines. If you have a question, please ask. Mr. Bogera, I can see I'm unmuted. Please, you want to ask something? Just unmute yourself and ask.
Can you hear me now, Madam Harriet?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, what I wanted to ask is that you have been talking about the retest to make an entry. So do you make entry on the second retest or the third retest candle?
Now when a trend is moving and you have drawn your trend line or you have your support and resistance, the first candle that hits that line, that is the first hitting. Then the second candle has to do a retest, or even you have to wait for that other candle that will hit on your line again, because it is not a guarantee that immediately that second one is going to hit there. It can be one as hit and then it keeps going up, but again it means it is not going to go far. It has to come back and then it hits the second time. That is the retest. Now the retest candle, wait for it to close. When it closes above your trend line or your support and resistance, then on the third candle, enter the trade.
Okay.
Yes, the first one to hit your line, that is the first hit. Then the second hitting is what we call the retest. Now the retest candle, wait for it to end to close. Because when it is still going, when it is still building, you don't know whether it is going to close above or it is going to close below. So you wait for it to close. If it has closed above your line, then enter the trade on the third candle.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question? 3 minutes to end this, and I ran away from here. I go to the office. Some people are already there waiting. As I'm waiting for your questions, the ones who are having, thank you, Abdurazak, for attending. Auma Proskovia, Dennis Barige, Edson Saint 29, Henry. I was about to say, where is Henry? Now I've seen him, he has attended. Dr. Joseph, Chibuka, Musa Ahmed, Lillian, Tin. Martin is on this Zoom call. Thank you for attending. Namaye Gazam, Nance, Jackie, Ogulu Tobias, the usual one is always here. Tina, Van Cooper, Victoria, and then Noah, Waniala. I don't know whether I have pronounced it very well. Thank you for attending, friends. If we don't have questions, we are good to go. We shall meet tomorrow. Again, we are going to be looking at trend lines. How can I spot a trend while using the trend line? And I've said trend lines, they act as support and resistance also. Okay. If we have understood and we have no questions, allow me to stop the recording.